Hey everyone, and welcome to my daily food vlog. I'm Jen and this is my daily food vlog. There's a little change up for you guys. So it's a little later this morning. It is 9:46 a.m. and I did not have any coffee this morning, so I don't have any of that to show you guys. I decided to skip the coffee this morning because my stomach hasn't been feeling the greatest. I'm pretty sure it's just what I'm dealing with, and it's not anything I ate or any kind of a bug or anything. It's just that kind of thing, time of the month, Mother Nature kind of thing. But I'm feeling okay. Just I decided to skip the coffee and give my stomach a rest from the caffeine and the coffee this morning. So like I said, it's 9:47 now, and I need to have like kind of a quick breakfast because I wanted to remind you guys the other day and then I forgot. If I don't write things down, I totally forget about them. Today is the National Mail Carriers for Hunger, or I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but it's when you leave non-perishable food items for your mail carrier and the mail carrier picks them up and then they take them to your local food bank. All the food stays local and it goes to help people who need, like, go to hunger cupboards or food baskets, people that need donations of food if they're running short on food. So I know a couple times over the years I have had to rely on that service, and it's an amazing service and they do a lot for our community. So yesterday when I was at my therapy appointment, my friend and I stopped at the store and I got a bunch of stuff to leave for the mail lady. Well, I'm not going to leave it because someone would probably steal it, let's just be honest, in my building. But I got a bunch of stuff that I'm going to take down. I need to go wait for the mail lady here in a little bit. So I made a quick breakfast this morning and I'll show you what I have and I'll show you what I'm going to put on it. So this is sad. I'm using a plastic bowl because I broke my last cereal bowl. So my next purchases, I'm trying to do a budget and only spend on what I need instead of just spending crazy. So my next need purchases will be a knife set and a new dish set. I have tons of little like small plates and then quite a few dinner plates, but I have no more cereal bowls. So we're using a plastic bowl for now. So what I have in here is I cooked some oats, and these are old-fashioned oats, the kind that you actually have to cook. And I did a cup of water and a half a cup of oats. And then after they were done, I put in it a quarter of a cup, and it was measured. All of this is measured. A quarter of a cup of the unsweetened vanilla almond milk. And that is what is in there so far. So to that, I'm going to add a cup of the Great Value Berry Medley. These are strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries. So I'm going to add a cup of those. If I can get the bag open. Half cup. Half cup. And there are literally just a couple little stragglers in the bag, so I'm just going to pour them on top. I think I told you yesterday about Schwann's. This week is Schwann's week. I think I'm going to get some frozen fruit from Schwann's because that frozen fruit is really good. Alright, there's what my oatmeal bowl looks like so far. And to top it off, I'm going to use half of a tablespoon. And this is, I don't want to give out my cousin's information, but she does, hopefully you didn't see that. Her and her husband, they have a little farm, a little homestead kind of thing, and they have chickens, and I forget what all kind of animals they have. I think chickens are the only animals they have. And they also have beehives, and they do their own maple syrup. They sap the trees themselves. They run the pipes from tree to tree and boil the sap, and I don't know what else they do to make it, but it's fresh maple syrup. They just got done a couple months ago. They just did their maple syrup for the season, and she brought me some. She's also going to be bringing me some fresh eggs to have next week. So we're going to put some for my sweetener on my try not to spill it. I filled it all the way to the top. For my sweetener on my, and it's running, on my oatmeal, I'm going to do a half a tablespoon of fresh maple syrup. Oh, it smells so good. I wish you guys could smell it. There is nothing better than fresh maple syrup. Forget that stuff that you buy at the store. I wish you guys lived around here. Maybe I will get with my cousin and buy a couple jars of maple syrup and a couple of things of their fresh honey. I'll have to see if that's something that she can do. Sell me some of it, and then I can do a giveaway for fresh maple syrup and fresh honey. I'll talk to her and see what I can do, see if I can hook you guys up with a giveaway for that. So there is the fresh maple syrup that I just put over my oatmeal and berries with the almond breeze. My yummy breakfast for today. I already have my 32 ounces of water, as usual. So I'm gonna go eat this, then I'm gonna go wait for the mail lady so I can give her my donation of non-perishable food items. I already got the litter pan cleaned this morning, and I need to vacuum around it like I do every day. And then I'm pretty sure I'm going to be kind of lazy today and binge watch a new show on Netflix that I am totally in love with. It's called Dead to Me. I think I'm on like the 3rd or 4th episode already, and it's just the first season out. I don't know when the show was released, but it was just released I think within the last few weeks. But I'm totally hooked, and I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for a new show to watch. You'll love it. I think you will very much love it. So go check that out if you have Netflix. You will not be disappointed, I promise. All right, guys, I will see you guys back at lunchtime. Bye, everyone. And just like that, it's Sunday. So where did the rest of Saturday go? It turned out to be a big old craptastic day for me. I did eat. I ate sensibly. I ate on my plan. I didn't binge. Everything was good. I just didn't feel like picking up the camera to record it. And I was feeling pretty depressed and emotional. So I just took the rest of the day for myself and didn't bother recording anything. I think maybe on Saturdays and maybe Sundays from now on, I'm not going to record anything. Maybe just have that as my time where if I want to record, I will, and if I don't, I won't. But not pressure myself into having to do it. And it's not like it's a big burden because I just pick up the camera and show you what I'm eating, but just having that freedom of not feeling like I should be doing something, because although it does help me because I know if I'm eating something, I have to pick up the camera, and there have been times that I've thought, oh, I want to eat something, but I have to record it, and I don't feel like recording, so I'm not going to eat it. So that does keep me accountable in that aspect. So today is Mother's Day, and of course, as you guys I've shared, and probably you all know, my mom passed away almost 9 years ago now, and it's always a pretty rough day for me, as is her birthday and the day she died and all those days. I wish I could tell people that when you lose your mom, it gets easier, but it doesn't really get easier. You just learn how to deal with the pain in a different way. I've often said, people are like, oh, aren't you afraid of this, or aren't you afraid of that, or your greatest fear? I have no other greatest fears because, sorry I'm emotional, but that's me. I'm a crier. I haven't cried in a video for a while. So, I have no other greatest fear in life because my greatest fear has already happened, and that was losing my mom. So there's absolutely nothing else that could happen to me that would hurt me to a point where I can't make it through life. I made it through losing my mom, and that's the greatest pain that anybody will ever know, I believe, or the greatest pain that I will ever know. So nothing else in my life, absolutely nothing that anybody or anything could happen to me or do to me that would hurt me any greater than that. So that's how I feel about that. On an up note, there is a couple people in my life, a couple women that have been amazing role models to me and have been there for me. And I so greatly appreciate those people. One is my cousin. She has been there for me. She drops what she's doing when I need something. She's always there to listen to me, to give me encouragement, and I appreciate her so much in my life, and I love her very much. And the other woman is someone who just came into my life recently. Has been in my life about a year now or so. And she moved in on my floor in my building, and we hit it off. We have so many of the same similarities. Her last name is my mom's maiden last name. Just such a coincidence. Her first name was one of my aunt's names. It just a lot of coincidences that I don't think is a coincidence. I think is a God thing. And she's an amazing woman, and she's always there for me. And I appreciate her in my life so much. So those are the important women in my life. So, of course, happy Mother's Day to, I know you guys are going to be seeing this late, but happy belated Mother's Day to all the moms out there, even if you don't have human children, to all the fur moms, or just any woman who has ever cared for and loved another human being. I don't think that you have to give birth to a child to be a mom. So that's that. So enough of me rambling. I'm gonna start my day. Last night I did finally, I've been putting it off for a while. I washed my sheets on my bed. I just need to wash my blankets now. I don't know why, but I was having a slight panic attack washing my sheets. That was really weird. I have no idea why that happened, but the act of taking the sheets off my bed and putting them in the washer caused me to have a panic attack. I have no clue where that came from or why it happened, but as I was having it, I was like, oh, come on, Jennifer, just get out of that, because that's ridiculous. And then one other funny thing I want to tell you. Yesterday I was waiting on a phone call, and my neighbor gives me her paper. I don't subscribe to the newspaper, but she gives me her paper when she's done with it every day. And I was just sitting here, I would look through the paper, and I was waiting on the phone call, and I saw the crossword puzzle, and I was like, I'm just gonna try to do the crossword puzzle, because I'm not a crossword puzzle type of person. They're these type of crosswords, and usually I don't know those type of crosswords. But I started doing them, and I'm like, I haven't finished it, of course, but I was like, oh my gosh, I know all these answers. I got 4 answers. I knew them off the top of my head. Usually I have to think about them because sometimes they're a little hard for me. Just admitting it. And then, this is the funny part, wait for it. And then I was like, oh, that's why That's why I knew what I was doing. The Kids and Parents edition. It's called Kids Across, Parents Down. I was answering the kids' questions. So I'm just gonna leave that right there. Okay, so let's just get on with the day. I've been rambling enough. I have not eaten yet today, 1:30. I've been in bed sulking because it's Mother's Day and I don't have my mom. So it's time. I've cried long enough. I've wasted enough time. Not that wasting time remembering my mom is not that spending time remembering my mom is a waste of time, but spending an overly amount of time feeling bad and crying, and she would not want that for me. I don't want that for me, and it's time to be productive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exercise. I'm going to show you guys me exercising. If flab offends you, you may not want to watch because there's going to be a lot of flab jiggling. Just warning you in ahead of time. I found this, and I used to do this a few years ago. It's a video on YouTube. It's a series. I will leave a link in the description below for anybody who would like to watch it and do it with them. It is, where am I? Oh, and I do want to show you something too. It's a video for the morbidly obese or anybody who has any kind of a disability who is unable to stand for a long period of time. It's seated exercise, and you gradually, it's a step up program, and you move up to the next set of programs when you feel ready, or you can just repeat this one until you feel ready. So that is what I'm going to be doing this morning. I'm going to switch those off between the Sweating to the Oldies and this routine, this video. Like I said, I will leave a link for that video in the description below. And I do want to show you something. Hang on. So I had mentioned in one of my videos that I think I mentioned it in a comment, that I was going to get some hand weights to use for when I do my Sweating to the Oldies or just arm exercises. And then I never had mentioned it again. Somebody asked if I had gotten them because I had mentioned it, and I did get them. I just hadn't shown them yet. I got these from Amazon. They're each 2 pounds, and they're really nice because they have this little strap and you just slide your hand through it, so you don't have to actually hold on to them the whole time. So they stay on your hands, and they're each 2 pounds, and it's funny how just an added 2 pounds makes it feel different. So I'm going to be using those during my little exercise routine this morning. So let's get started in exercise. Oops, I bumped you. Let's get started in exercise. Then after I exercise, then we'll move on to my brunchy meal, my first meal, and I will share that with you guys. So let's get started.
Can you feel it? Change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you. Every soul.
Okay guys, there you go. Exercise done for the day. You can really feel the burn, especially in your arms and chest and stomach. It's very surprising what just a little bit of movement can do for you. So there's my exercises. I'll see you back in a few minutes for my first meal of the day. Alright, so it is now 3:08 p.m. and I'm ready to have my first meal. I had to do a couple of other things before I ate. And my cook with me's are going to be a little abbreviated until I get my light fixed because my kitchen's pretty dark. So you're not going to be able to see what's going on in there. So we're not going to actually be cooking together for, hopefully I get my light fixed tomorrow. I don't know, but we'll see. So I'm just going to show you what I'm eating. And this is my standby. My omelet looks okay, not as good as that one day. It was perfect. And I don't know if I'll ever recreate a perfect omelet like that again. Because my food tastes good, but it doesn't always look good. So there you go. So what I have here is a serving and a half of the turkey sausage. It's Schwann's. And then my omelet is 2 whole eggs, 3 tablespoons of egg whites, a half a cup of the picked sweet pepper and onion blend, and a 1/4 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. And then I'm having a cup of frozen strawberries. These are Schwann's as well. There's 50 calories for a cup. And I'm guessing by the time I'm finished eating my actual meal, the strawberries will be thawed, or I'll just eat them when they are thawed. And then I have my, it's kind of late to be having coffee, but I was craving coffee because I haven't had coffee today. This looks like a lot more coffee than it is, but it's because some of the ices, I poured my coffee over the ice and it was still kind of hot. And this was full of ice, so it's kind of melted quite a bit. So there's about 12 ounces of coffee with ice meltage and a 1/4 cup of French vanilla sugar-free creamer as always. So it looks a little watered down and not good, but it's okay. I'm gonna need to remember to make, actually, I'm going to try to make cold brewed coffee in the coming days to try that. So we'll do that together, and I will link a description where I got the original recipe. It's not my idea. It's I got the idea from a video. So I'm going to try to keep these short of what I'm eating today. It's going to be an abbreviated day of eating, but I will still get my calories in because it's so late. Like I said, it's 3:11 now, so I'm probably not going to be hungry until a few hours after this because this is going to keep me pretty full. So because the video is already very long because of my exercising and my rambling, so we're going to keep it short with what I ate. That's my first meal. Alright, I will see you guys back for the next meal. Alright, so it is 7:47 and I'm going to sneak in my last meal, second last meal of the day, because as I said, I didn't start eating until 3 o'clock. Not a typical day of eating for me, but it just happened that way. So here's what I'm having. My standby from the other night. I'm having 2 ounces of, whoops, where do we want to go here? 2 ounces of Colby Jack cheese, 2 golden delicious apples, and 1 ounce, a serving of, I think it's a 1/4 cup of mixed nuts. So that's what I'm gonna have. That's what I'm ending my day with. And I will leave the calories for this meal as well as my total calories for the day at the end of this video, or this clip actually. And then tomorrow will be back to normal 3 meals a day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.